This game is rated M for mature. Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta 2. In the last episode, we took on two different bosses. One of them was Valor, who kind of just came out of nowhere. And the other one was Insidious, who also came out of nowhere. And we are currently inside another Insidious that kind of swallowed us both whole. Of course, since we're inside an Insidious, you might expect us to run into some new enemies. And these are Hatred. They're kind of like the corresponding ones to Affinities in the first game. They kind of have that, you know, bipedal... Ow. I could not see that at all because the other guy was in my way. Thanks a lot. They are a bit harder to take down, though. Ow. Like, dodged it completely the wrong time, apparently. You know, I just ate a bunch of damage there. Oop. Was not pressing the right button there and did not get the maximum amount of damage from that. So that was a bit rough around the edges, but it seems to be par for the course for the last episode. Yeah. It's not really great on combo or time. I mean, obviously I took damage, so I wasn't expecting that to be great, but... Oh boy. You can hit the little orbs kind of on the sides here, and that will get you some... I believe the game called them orbs, if I remember correctly. But they basically just add to your Halo counter as if they were Halos. So it's a cool little detail that they have a different form, but you know, it doesn't really mean all that much in terms of the conversion rate is just 1-to-1. Okay, so the main way forward is that way, but if you head back along this path, there is a Muspelheim portal inside this Insidious. So we will be taking care of that. Okay, so for this one, we are only dealing damage during witch time. It's gonna be fun. So with this one, unfortunately, if you kind of use Wicked Weaves on them, it makes you, well, it kind of stuns them, like, for a while. So actually, it's kind of better to keep the flow of the battle going if you don't knock them both down at the same time. It is also what you want to do if you want to actually have a good combo score on this. So I believe it's only these four Hatreds. So, here. They also have a shotgun. That was weird. Attack that they can do from afar, so watch out for that. It is telegraphed pretty far in advance using the red outline there on the ground. Alright, yeah, this is not going to be great. Like, I don't think this is really too hard to beat, but I'm not going to do that great on probably time or combo here, because having a whole bunch of combos that drop. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Alright, well, let's see how poorly I did on this one. Oh, one other thing I completely failed to mention. On these verses where you were fighting Infernals. I mean, I guess it's not quite as bad as I might have expected, but On the verses where you're fighting Infernals, instead of, blowing a kiss at it to break the barrier, she just shoots it, It's in a heart formation at least, so it's close. It's a nice little touch, though. The barriers are also red instead of yellow, so that's another small detail. Okay, well... Unfortunately, the last chapter broke the streak that I had going of having all platinums for this LP. I kind of expected that it might, but, I was also hoping that, maybe, just maybe, I could have a good enough a fight there to keep the streak going, but I wouldn't be too surprised if I got a gold on this chapter as well, but we'll see. Jury's still out on that one. Oh hey, look who it is. The Masked Lumen again.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were the most persistent stalker I've met yet. I thought I was your type. I guess I had you all wrong.
Step away, Umbra Witch. This is not your fight.
Actually, it is.
Alright, we have ourselves another fight with the Masked Lumen. And I am not that great at these. I do not profess to be that great at these fights. I think they're... oh, that did hit me. They're some of the harder fights in the game, if you ask me. So, I will do my best, but I am making no promises here. Of course, the music is the same as before, so what they did in this case is instead of doing the thing with Jean where they kind of had the music escalate every time you fought her. The music escalations for the Lumen fights just kind of all happen in the same fight. So you have the Lumen Sage track here, and then you also have the Lumen Sage and Fortitudo track, and then finally the Lumen Sage and Temperantia tracks. So yeah, that attack he does there where he kind of sticks you for a little while. You actually have a lot of time to wiggle out of that before he attacks you there. This fight is a little bit different than the previous ones, though, in terms of it does not have a... Dang it, I got hit by that again. It does not have a flying section, which I appreciate. But it's also different in that instead of using Fortitudo and Temperantia, he's using Sapientia here. That one at least didn't hit me. In my experience, the Temperantia punch that he does there doesn't seem to be the most accurate attack. But I have gotten hit by it. I think it like twice in this fight, so there's another case of like it kind of missing me and I didn't really need to dodge it there. With these fights, I mean, the best thing that I can recommend is try to find a rhythm to it. Like, you'll have your combo, and then he'll do, an attack, and then, as long as you're kind of getting the timing right of when he's going to attack you, it's kind of this, bob and weave of, like, you get an attack, and then, he attacks you and you dodge, and then you get another attack. This fight actually went pretty quickly. Honestly, as far as my fights against the Masked Lumen usually go, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be the absolute best thing that it could be, but... Nope, that is an A prompt, not a Y prompt. At least the game is kind of lenient. You usually have plenty of time for those. No, that's interesting.
Little one. The right eye.
Of course, I think my favorite part about this chapter is that, okay, I did well on time, combo wasn't the greatest, and got a gold on damage, which I suppose is the best that you can do without, taking a ton of damage. So yeah, there's our second gold for the overall rank. Got a platinum in practice, which was part of the reason why I was kind of hopeful that I might be able to pull the same thing off, but alas, it was not to be. But yeah, so we just blew up the Insidious from, having such an epic battle inside of it. Also, you're going to get a whole bunch of verse cards for completing this chapter. There were a lot, like, a few new let me try starting that again. There were a few new enemies that were introduced. Plus we had Insidious as a boss, plus another Masked Lumen fight, so... Lots of tag climax cards to get from that.
Hey, give me a minute. I'm playing this crazy game and I gotta sprinkle some magic powder on the chicken. All right. What can I do for you?
We still haven't seen some of my favorite lines, actually, yet, which I'm kind of sad about, but... I guess that means we just have to keep coming back to the Gates of Hell until we hear them. We do get a lot of Halos, though, since we just had Valor and then Insidious and a Masked Lumen fight, kind of all in a row. One thing that I have also failed to mention, which, as you can probably tell, the prices of the Broken Witch Hearts, or sorry, they're not broken ones, so scatterbrained right now, apparently, but... The Moon Pearls and the Witch Hearts in the shop here, unlike the first game where there were a flat 30,000 every time you bought them, they will actually increase in price by 20,000 until it caps at 100k. So I believe that makes 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, so I think there's 5 that you can buy from the shop in this game. So we only have 2 Witch Hearts left, but as you can see, it's going to take 190,000 Halos to get them. But that's pretty much going to do it for this episode, I think. I don't want to start the next chapter yet. And it's kind of what I was alluding to at the end of the previous episode in terms of I could have stuck this on at the end of that one, but that would have made that episode pretty long. So it's kind of a tough balancing act. In any case, thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Bayonetta 2. I've been redxparasite, signing out.